Hi, this is Auto Body Man. Today I'm going to be talking about how to make a wheel from a sketch. This is a sketch I've done for my emblem on YouTube. And I'm going to show you in 3 parts video steps how to get from this to an actual 3D model of an emblem that I'm going to actually use on my channel. So the first step I did was design an emblem. Since my name is Auto Body Man and I like to use ABM for my short abbreviation, I also incorporated that into the middle here. So how do you get from this to an actual 3D model? First, you need a stencil. And after you get a stencil, you're also going to need your materials that you're going to use to make this particular emblem. For this particular emblem, I'm using this type of plywood board. I'm also using these 2 rings. You can get these rings at your local crafting store. This is a 6-inch, actually it's about 1.5 feet tall from here to here, ring. This is the ring that I'm going to use for my emblem. So it looks like a wheel. I'm going to shave part of this off at the bottom so it could sit flat, standing. So this looks more like a rim. This is my stencil. I got it on the plywood board. I put a circle around it for basically the rough edge around it. I'm going to cut the plyboard out. I'll be doing a video on that. And basically I'm going to cut this around. I'm going to make it smaller so it'll cover these holes on here, on this. Cover these holes up so I could glue this to this. And then for extra support, I'm going to use this in the back of it. So when I'm going to cut this down a little bit more to where it's almost like this much of it showing. So it'd be my part of my center rim, like right here. So it'd be a support for this. Oops, sorry. And even if I don't use this for the back, I can cut this in thirds and use it for a prop, so it'll hold it standing up. So there's more than one way to do it. Then I can also make, instead of cutting these down to thirds, I can also turn this into a mini version of this. But instead of cutting the holes out that I'm going to do for here, to show you what it'll look like actual rim would be if I actually had this made into a real steel rim. So my next task is I'm going to be making a video on how to trace this out and cut the stencil. I'm going to use a stencil to basically cut out anything that's not of the stencil, so it'll look more like today's rims. Other than that, this is Auto Body Man saying thanks for joining me in part 1 of a 3-part series on how to make your own emblem in 3D model. This is Auto Body Man saying I hope you have an Auto Body day.